Anyway, my point stands is we need another Zelda character, and what better Zelda character to put in, especially with the new Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game, than the Hyrule Champions. Okay, so I guess I was a little wrong on that. Hello everyone, and I'm Autobot Sonic the Telltale Gamer, bringing latest and everything Telltale games, Transformers, and more. So yeah, this was a video I was not expecting to make, and first off, I'd like to apologize for the lack that I have not done either Smash Bros. Speculation videos the last 2 months. The truth is, after I uploaded my first reaction video, my first speculation video, where I talked about wanting the Champions of Hyrule to be the next DLC character for Smash, I ended up actually getting a job, so I work 8 hours a day in the middle of the day for that job, and so that's taking up just a lot of my time, so I don't really have a lot of time for YouTube. That's also why my review of the last 3 episodes of the 5-part series premiere of Transformers Prime have been delayed. That review should probably be coming up sometime this weekend. So yeah, but anyway, I was not planning to make this video till about maybe later this month or early January, but because Nintendo decided to go ahead and tweet out that they're going to reveal the 3rd DLC character for Smash Bros. Ultimate's second Fighter Pass tonight at the VGAs, I feel like I had to go ahead and make this video now. Hopefully it's up by the time before the next character is revealed, or else I'll look like an idiot, but yeah. This is who I think is going to be the next, the 3rd DLC character in Smash Bros. Ultimate's second Fighter Pass of 6 fighters. Now, we already know the first 2 characters being Min Min and Steve from Minecraft. So, who do I think the 3rd DLC character for Smash Bros. Ultimate's second Fighter Pass is going to be? Well, if you've seen the title of this video, you'll know by now that I think it's going to be none other than Sora from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Now, I know what you're thinking, everyone wants Sora in, but how can you put Sora in when he's a Disney character? That means you'd have to put Donald and Goofy and Mickey into Smash Bros. As well, and do you think really Disney would allow those characters to be in Smash Bros? And to answer that question, I say I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Sora can easily make it into Smash without having Donald, Goofy, Mickey, or any other Disney characters make it in as well. I think Sora just alone by himself with a few other characters, just original Kingdom Hearts, would be just perfect enough for Sora to make it into Smash. So just like my review of, or my speculation video on how I think the Champions of Hyrule would play in Smash, we're gonna do everything about talking about how Sora would play in Smash. So first we'll be talking about why I think Sora should be in Smash, then move on to what his unique gimmick would be, followed by each of his special moves, his final smash, taunts, stage, music, then spirit board. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into why I think Sora should be the next DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So the reason why I think Sora should be put into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is because, first off, aside from being a huge fan, a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts franchise, I've played every game from the first one all the way to 3. I have yet to play the Remind DLC or Melody of Memory. Maybe I'll do a little, let's play of that later on down the line, because it's been a long time. My first ever Kingdom Hearts game was Chain of Memories back in, 2003 or 4 for the Game Boy Advance, because I remember seeing the commercial for the first time, and just being like, whoa, wow, there's this game where you get to play with Mickey and all these other Disney cool characters. Yeah, sign me up. And then 5-year-old me was just really confused by what was going on, because not only did I start off with the second game in the series, my 5-year-old brain couldn't comprehend all this Kingdom Hearts Heartless Organization 13 mumbo jumbo. I mean, hell, I'm 22 years old now and I still can't really understand it for some of it. I understand the story most of the part, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. But my point is, Sora is without a doubt one of, if not the most recognizable JRPG protagonist alongside Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles, and so on. And so, if you're having Smash be this celebration of all different types of video games, we have Bayonetta representing the action games, Mario and Sonic and Mega Man for platformers, Minecraft Steve representing the indie games. What better way to celebrate the JRPG genre? I mean, you do already have Cloud here, but what better way to further celebrate the JRPG genre than bringing who is arguably one of the most popular JRPG protagonists of all time, and that being Sora from Kingdom Hearts, with the series having been going on for 18 years now, and shows no signs of stopping. I feel like Sora would be a great addition to Smash Ultimate's roster, and I'll get to that why with explaining his gimmick. Now, just like every other Smash Bros. DLC character, Sora, of course, has to have his own gimmick. Now, every character has had one. With Byleth, it was their Hero's Relics. Min Min had her arms that she could use for both combos with the A and B buttons. Steve, of course, had his crafting mechanic, which was really cool. I loved using Steve in Smash. So what would Sora's gimmick be? Now, to me, I feel like the best way for Sora's gimmick to go would be using his command list from all the Kingdom Hearts games. Now, of course, other people have always recommended that, oh, Sora should use his command list for his, it just makes total sense. Now, here's the thing though, you don't want Sora's command list to feel too similar to Hero's command list already, which is already very similar to Sora's. You have Hero has as a down B his command list of different spells. Now, Sora should be able to do that as well, but at the same time, I feel like he should be able to use items and reaction commands in it as well. So the way Sora's gimmick would work with the command list, it would be, he would have one section dedicated, just like in the regular Kingdom Hearts games, you have magic, items, and I think you'd have like maybe drive forms, as there are technically 5 different forms in Kingdom Hearts 2. He had Valor form, which was very strength oriented and had him dual wielding Keyblades. Wisdom form, which focused on magic and allowed him to like basically use his Keyblade like a machine gun. Master form, which is kind of like an upgraded version of Valor form, but also had increased magic buffs that Wisdom form had. Then he had Anti form, which you got randomly sometimes when changing drive form. That Sora would just turn to a Heartless and just basically attack it with bare hands, and it was really cool. It's very similar to Sora's Dark form that he has in Kingdom Hearts 3 now. And then, of course, you had Sora's Final form, which was kind of like the ultimate version, like a super version of Master form, which he could fly all over the place. He basically used the Force on 2 Keyblades he'd carry behind his back. It was really cool. And I mean, and technically, if you want to go even further than that, he had Limit form, which was exclusive to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Edition, which was basically, he turned into Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, and he could use all of his moves from Kingdom Hearts 1. But to me, I feel like the best way to stick with it would just stick with probably Valor, Wisdom, just Valor, Wisdom, Master, and Final. Maybe throw an Anti every now and then, but I think that's enough of it. So the way it would work, you have the section for drives, and then you have the section for items. Now, to not make it too complicated, I think Sora should have access to 3 items: a potion, an ether, and a elixir. So, for those who don't know who play Kingdom Hearts or just or Final Fantasy or any JRPG like that, potions are essentially healing items, ethers are magic replenishing items, and elixirs basically heals both health and magic. So the way I feel like this would work, it's very similar to Hero. So Hero has a magic gauge. Sora would also have a magic gauge, but the way it would work is that with Sora's magic gauge, it wouldn't recharge with basic attacks like Hero's magic gauge would. Maybe it would, but it wouldn't recharge as fast as Hero's attacks would. With Sora, his magic gauge would mostly be replenished by using the ethers that he has in his inventory. But let's say he uses one from his command list. When he uses it, he doesn't get to use it for like, I'd say 30 seconds. The ether would go on a cooldown for that. It's very similar to I think the best way to describe this is kind of like Robin with his tomes, or even I don't know, I'm trying to think of yeah, Robin's really the only one I can think of with his tomes. That's the only real like close thing I can say with that. Or Shulk with his Monado arts, kind of. So with Sora with his magic gauge, and then we use the ether, that would happen. And then same with the potion. Use the potion to heal yourself, which maybe heals maybe like 10 to like 20 to 30 damage in one use. But then you can't use it for maybe like a minute or two just to make it fair. I feel like that's the best way to have Sora's gimmick go on. And then of course you have the magic, which I think you should start off. Not start off. You should have access to 4 different types of magic, and those are the 4 main magics of Kingdom Hearts: Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Air. But of course, I think for the best thing, Sora should have access to the maximum versions of each of these. So this would be Faraga, Blizzaga, Thundaga, and Aeroga. All those attacks could be very useful, and I think Sora could have one set as his default magic, so that if you just like press neutral B, he would activate, or down B. Down B would be his command list, and then when you press B on that to activate each of the commands, that would be his down. So his command list would essentially be his down B, very similar to Hero's down B. But I feel like unlike Hero's down B, where he has to stay still for it to work, Sora's down B command list would allow him to still move and fight, just like in Kingdom Hearts. So you could still whack around with combos if you're good enough and just scroll through the command list to activate all your magics and all that. So the way it would work is that with Sora's down B, if you selected a magic, it wouldn't activate the magic. It would set the magic that you choose to be used as your B. So for example, if you use down B to go to your magic menu and select Faraga as your magic spell, then when next time you do a neutral B, Sora will cast Faraga and that will spend some magic. And so that's how that would take care of both Sora's neutral B and his down B. And I think would be a great way to incorporate a staple of the Kingdom Hearts combat system into Sora's moveset in Smash. Now, for Sora's side B, I think everyone can agree on what Sora's side B would be, and it would definitely be the Strike Raid move. Now, for those of you who don't know, Strike Raid was a move Sora has had all the way since Kingdom Hearts 1. He used it a lot in Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 2. I don't remember him using it a lot in Kingdom Hearts 3 unless they changed it a lot. But then again, it's been almost a year since I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I've just been way too obsessed with other stuff to care about Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. But anyway, so the way the Strike Raid attack works for Sora is that he essentially throws his Keyblade in front of him like a boomerang, and then it just comes back to him. It could act very similarly, in fact, to one of Link's side Bs with his boomerang. But to make it more unique to Sora and not just make it look like a copy of Link or Toon Link or Young Link's side Bs with their boomerangs, I think the best way to make Sora's Strike Raid feel unique from all the Link's boomerangs is to make his Keyblade continuously hit his opponent. So, for example, with Young Link, Toon Link, and Link's boomerangs, they go until they hit someone, or until they reach a certain distance, and then it comes back to Link. So, with Sora's Keyblade Strike Raid, I feel like he should throw it, and then if it hits someone, the Keyblade will go through the opponent, hit them a few more times, and go as far as it can before it sweeps around and makes a return trip, hitting that same opponent on the way back. Very similar to King K. Rool's side B with his Crown Boomerang. But unlike King K. Rool's Crown Boomerang, which only hits twice, or maybe once, depending on if you missed the first hit or the second hit, Sora's Strike Raid attack would probably hit like a few times, maybe hit like 5 or even 10 times, but of course the damage would be lowered than so it wouldn't be as strong as Link or King K. Rool's attacks, but it would hit more, so you have more opportunities for damage. And if you want to take it further than that, you could even modify it, so maybe if they want to further implement Sora's command list, they could have it go through, depending on which magic you pick, it picks a different version of Strike Raid. So for example, if you have Thundaga set as your attack, you can have Sora turn his Strike Raid into a Thunder Raid, so the Keyblade has an electric effect to it, or even a Blizzard Raid with the ice effect so that it freezes his opponents. Something like that would be really, really cool in my opinion. Rounding out Sora's special attacks would be his up B, of course. Now for his up B, I'm thinking Sora's up B could easily be his Slapshot move, which again, is a move he's had ever since Kingdom Hearts 1. So the way Slapshot works, it's very similar in fact to actually, Marth, Lucina, and Roy's up B, and the fact that he kind of or even Shulk's up B with Air Slash, and that he kind of just sweeps upward with his Keyblade. Now, I think a cool way to differentiate it, though, from Marth, Lucina, and Roy's up B would be something cool if you had Sora do the up B and then kind of transition into a gliding stance, kind of like Meta Knight did in Brawl, or even Steve and Alex do now with their Elytra Wings for their up B. So the way it works is that basically, just like Meta Knight's up B used to work in Brawl. So Sora would do the Slapshot move, he'd swing up his Keyblade, but then he'd do a little flip, then go into a gliding position, and you can control his gliding pattern just like you would with Meta Knight in Brawl or Steve and Alex now with their Elytra Wings. It would be a very cool way to differentiate Sora's up B from Marth, Lucina, and Roy's, while at the same time making Sora still feel unique in a sense. Warning, the next part contains major spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3. If you have not played the game yet, view at your own risk. And last but certainly not least, we cannot talk about Sora in Smash without talking about what his final Smash would be. And of course, it can't be anything else but the Trinity attack. Now, the Trinity attack has been a staple in the Kingdom Hearts series for many games. It, of course, also being the final attack that Sora does to Master Xehanort at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. But there's just one problem with this attack that may make it so that the Trinity attack doesn't actually make it into Smash. So, of course, you saw the disclaimer I put in the start of this video that says this video will have spoilers for the Kingdom Hearts series, but if we're going to have a Trinity attack be Sora's final smash, you have to do it with Donald and Goofy. That's the way it's always been. And every single Kingdom Hearts game, Kingdom Hearts 2 especially is the one I think about the most, or even, of course, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, as I said, when Sora used the Trinity attack to finally beat Master Xehanort with Donald and Goofy. The Trinity attack has always been Sora, Donald, and Goofy, but if Nintendo or Disney doesn't allow Donald and Goofy to be characters in Smash Bros., how are you going to pull off the Trinity attack? So, the way I thought of it is like, oh, well, just make a different attack Sora's final smash. But no, it has to be the Trinity attack. It has to be, right? So that's where I thought of an alternate idea of how the Trinity attack could work. So instead of, even though I know the Trinity attack has always been Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and yes, in that order, every single character in Kingdom Hearts says it, I feel like the best way for the Trinity attack to work in Super Smash Bros. Would actually have Sora do it with Riku and Kairi. I feel like it would make sense for Riku and Kairi to be the replacements for Donald and Goofy, because they just like, although the Trinity attack is Sora, Donald, and Goofy, Riku and Kairi are arguably the most important characters in the Kingdom Hearts series besides Sora, and to have them be beside Sora to do this Trinity attack would make it so much better. So, in my opinion, the way this would work is very similar to how the Trinity attack works in Kingdom Hearts 3. So, Sora would just charge forward with his Keyblade in like a straight line, very similar to Joker's final smash. And if he hits, whoever he hits by it, they get knocked onto the Skalad Kylum stage from the end of the Master Xehanort fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. And so then Sora just sprays up the Trinity attack with Riku and Kairi beside him, and they all point their Keyblades, or they all hold Sora's hand as he holds the Keyblade up at his opponent, and he just shoots the light beam with like all their hearts around it through the opponent's chest, and then the cinematic would end, and they would they'd take damage from that. That I feel like is the only way. That's the only way that Sora's final smash would work. It has to be the Trinity attack. It absolutely has to be the Trinity attack. Now that we've got Sora's moveset out of the way with everything from his gimmick to his special attacks to his final smash, I feel like the next thing we gotta talk about with Sora is everything else that comes with him. That's gonna be his stage, his costumes, his spirit board, his taunts, and so on. So the first thing I think we should start off with this is actually what his skins are going to be. Now, yes, I know back in my other video I had the skins be the last thing I talked about, but because Sora's has a bunch more costumes compared to the Champions of Hyrule, I feel like discussing that first should be my top priority. So for Sora's default outfit in Smash, I feel like the best way to go about Sora's outfits would be to make his default outfit his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, which is with the black and red suit and black and red like jacket and pants. I feel like that would basically be the best way to go about with Sora, considering that Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out last year, and that's easily the most recognizable version of Sora so far, even though my favorite outfit Sora's had personally is his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit with the black and gold. I just love that outfit. But anyway, that's going into my second skin outfit. So, while his default outfit would be of course, his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, he would also be able to have his Kingdom Hearts 2 and his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfits as alternate skins. Now, I know probably what they're going to do next is probably just change Sora's color schemes just to match other characters, or just for general colors. But I think it would be cool if Sora's other costumes reflected how he appeared in other worlds, for instance. For example, make a skin, make one of Sora's skins based off his appearance in the Nightmare on Before Christmas worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Make one based off his look in the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Make one based off his look in the Monsters Inc. world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that would be really cool. But knowing Nintendo and how Sakurai likes to do alternate costumes, aside from the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 costumes, I feel like the rest of the costumes are just going to be recolors of his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, but based off of other characters. Like, it would be cool if you had one Sora design that made him have the gray hair, the black and yellow jacket, and checkered blue pants that Riku has in Kingdom Hearts 3. You could make him have one, like, it would be like a pinkish red outfit, not super pink, but like more of a dark pink outfit with red hair, kind of resembling Kairi. You could give one where where he's blonde and he has like an all black outfit or an all white outfit to resemble Roxas, who I gotta say, Roxas is without a doubt my favorite character in Smash. I would think it'd be so cool if Roxas was actually an alternate skin for Sora, kind of like how Alex was an alternate skin for Steve. I think it would be so cool if Roxas was an alternate skin for Sora. Yeah, it would make sense with the whole drive form system, but man, if Roxas was in Smash, that would be so cool. Other than Roxas, the only other characters I can think of that Sora would have a skin for would be one that based off Aqua, which would make him like, he'd have the blue hair with a blue and purple design. It makes him look very similar to Aqua from Birth by Sleep. You could maybe make one that makes him look like Terra with the brown hair and the more black and gold color scheme. But honestly, I think the best ways to go is to make a skin based off Riku, make a skin based off Kairi, make a skin based off Roxas / Ventus, and make a skin based off Aqua. Those are the 4 I think that Sakurai should prioritize the most. Next, we're going to talk about arguably the second most important part of Sora's coming to Smash, and that would be his stage. Now, there are tons of options for Sora's stage to be. Now, if Sora had a stage, I feel like it had to be one that encapsulates Kingdom Hearts as a whole. There are many different options. Of course, we can't do any of the Disney-themed stages. Like, if you think we're going to have Arendelle, Corona, the 100-Acre Wood, Steamboat Willie, or the Tron Place, that is not going to happen. As much as I would love to see, like, an Arendelle map or something like that in Smash, that's just not going to happen. In my opinion, the best ideas for a Kingdom Hearts map would be either Traverse Town from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Destiny Island from, like, all the Kingdom Hearts games, Twilight Town from Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2, and Kingdom Hearts 3, or Castle Oblivion / the world Castle Oblivion from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, or maybe even the World That Never Was from Kingdom Hearts 2, or Scala Ad Caelum from Kingdom Hearts 3. In my opinion, I would lean more towards Scala Ad Caelum, Twilight Town, or The World That Never Was, just because I love those maps so much, and they have such banger songs. And the fact that with Twilight Town and Scala Ad Caelum especially, even The World That Never Was, all of those have such big potential to make it kind of like a Garrick Mach or Lilac Tours type stage, or where you start on like one platform and you transport to various parts of the map. Like with Twilight Town, maybe you'd start off in the initial junction area, then you go up to the clock tower where Roxas, Axel, and Xion always are, and then you can maybe go to like Ansem's mansion in the end of this, and then before it goes back to like the main town by the subway and all that. Alternatively, you could also do it in The World That Never Was, where you start out in the skyscraper place where Riku fights Roxas at the end of 358 Days Over 2, or when Sora starts his fight with Xemnas. Then you could cut to like a floating platform where you can see Xemnas' dragon form flying by in the background. I think that'd be so cool. And then it would end with the little blank space that Riku and Sora fight Xemnas in at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. That would be really cool. Or you could even go to Scala Ad Caelum, like I said earlier, where you'd start off in the little pier area where you fight the 13, like, replicas of Organization 13 before you fight Master Xehanort, and then cut to, then, like, the Master Xehanort would probably be in the background and does, like, a meteor attack that transforms the map into, like, the underwater bit where you fight the armored Master Xehanort, and it would be really cool to see the whole city submerged, and of course, well, maybe, like, this would be banned probably in tournaments, but you can maybe like give the place low gravity to simulate the water, even though in this fight you fight Master Xehanort in water, but you can't really have swimming characters in Smash. And then of course that finally come to the very end of the Master Xehanort fight when you're fighting on the top of the clock tower and the platform just slowly rises to show Kingdom Hearts in the background. That would be so cool. Honestly, the more I think about it, I'm leaning more towards Scala Ad Caelum or The World That Never Was for the stage, because both of them are so iconic to Kingdom Hearts, even though they both only showed up in one game each. Technically, The World That Never Was also showed up a bit in Kingdom Hearts 3D, if I remember correctly, but still, I would love it if either of those maps made it into Smash Bros. Now, here comes the fun part of this video, and that's me talking about the music that Sora would bring to Smash. Now, we all know what happened the last time Square Enix let a character from one of their games into Smash, and we only got 2 songs from Final Fantasy VII in Smash. So, assuming, now we may very well only get 2 songs from Kingdom Hearts in Smash. If they do that, that is a huge injustice to the Kingdom Hearts series, because goddamn, there are so many good Kingdom Hearts songs, and if you only put 2 of them in Smash, that's just not right. That's not right. So, I mean, for the sake of this video, I'll tell the 2 songs that I want to be in Smash if Square Enix only allows 2 songs. And I feel like it would be cool if they did the Twilight Town theme, the battle theme from that, and then the Scala ad Caelum theme, because that theme alone is arguably the best theme of any Kingdom Hearts game by far. I mean, they didn't have to go so hard on the final level of that. No, you know what? No, forget Twilight Town's music. Only put the Twilight Town music in if you're going to make Twilight Town the stage. Make the music the Scala ad Caelum theme, and make it the World That Never Was theme, the theme that plays like when you fight Xemnas. Or no, don't make it that. Make it the Organization 13 fight theme from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2. It has to be that theme and the Scala ad Caelum theme, because both those songs are just such bangers. There's so many bangers in the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. They made a whole game just a few months ago about Kingdom Hearts music because it's so good. I still have yet to play Melody of Memory, but I really want to do it just because I love the music in Kingdom Hearts. They really need to do that. Like, honestly, it sucks if they only do 2 songs in it. But if they do, those are the 2 I want to be in it. Now, if we're talking about other music from Kingdom Hearts I would love to see in Smash, there are so many good ones. I could just go off about it. Like, I already said a few on Twilight Town theme, the Organization 13 battle theme, the Scala ad Caelum theme. The only ones I can think of are maybe the Organization 13 fight theme from Kingdom Hearts 3, or even the Master Xehanort theme from Kingdom Hearts 3. You could also throw in stuff like, I don't know the top of my head, but like, wow, there's just so many. Honestly, there are so many good tracks in Kingdom Hearts that it's hard for me to pick ones. Like, you can't pick any of the music from the Disney Worlds, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some copyright problems with that, so you could have to stick to, like, maybe, like, Destiny Island or Twilight Town themes like that. Maybe even, like, a Traverse Town theme remix. If they're going to put a remix in, I would love to see them do a remix of Dearly Beloved. Now, of course, for those of you who don't know, Dearly Beloved is basically the main theme of the whole Kingdom Hearts series. Every Kingdom Hearts game, even the spin-off ones, have all had a remix of Dearly Beloved, and everyone has been so good. My favorites, personally, are Kingdom Hearts 2's, Kingdom Hearts 3 of 8 Days Over 2's, and Kingdom Hearts 3's. But if they were to make, like, a brand new Smash remix of Dearly Beloved that's, like, really fast-paced and all that, I think that would be so good if they did that. Alternatively, it'd be really cool if they did, like, a remix of, like, the vocal themes. Like, please, give me, like, Simple and Clean or Don't Think Twice as a Smash song. That would be so good, especially if they put Simple and Clean, like, the original version, as, like, an alternate track you can listen to. If I get to listen to Simple and Clean in Smash Bros, my life would be complete. And with that, that just leaves the taunts for Sora and his Spirit Board to talk about. Now, for his taunts, I think, unlike my Champions of Hyrule video where I wasn't really sure what taunts to do with them, I feel like I've got a good idea of what I want Sora's 3 taunts to be. For his up taunt, I feel like you have to make him do his iconic hands behind his back relaxing pose that he does in, like, every single Kingdom Hearts game I can think of. He always does it. He laughs and he puts his hands behind his head. It's just that's like an iconic staple of Sora's character that you have to include as a taunt. And then his side taunt would easily be his little victory screen thing animation from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where he spins the Keyblade around and then he just like holds it over his shoulder. That's just like a staple, because again, Chain of Memories was my first Kingdom Hearts game, and whenever I think of Sora, I always think of that little level up screen animation that Sora had, where he spins the Keyblade around and then just holds it over his shoulder. That he has to do that for one of his taunts. And then his down taunt, I feel like would be really cool if he did like a summoning animation from Kingdom Hearts 3. It would be very similar to Cloud's actual side taunt, where he does the summon animation, but for Sora, he would be doing his summon animation from Kingdom Hearts 3, complete with the whole "give me strength" or whatever he just said back in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3. That I feel would be perfect. And then for his Spirit Board, obviously we can't have characters like Donald, Goofy, and Mickey in a Spirit Board. For Sora's Spirit Board, I feel like you'd have to do like all the main Kingdom Hearts characters. Obviously, you'd have ones for Kairi, Riku, and Roxas. Those are the big 3 in my opinion. But then you also, I feel like you should have some for Axel, Xion, Aqua, Terra, Ventus, Master Xehanort, maybe Yun Xehanort, and some in Xemnas as well. I feel like that'd be good. Maybe throw in a few more Organization 13 members, but other than that, those are really the only real Kingdom Hearts spirits I can see for the Spirit Board. And so that's gonna be it. That is my whole speculation video as for why I believe Sora will be the next Smash Bros. Character that'll be announced tonight at the 2020 VGAs. But again, I was wrong last time with the Champions of Hyrule. They could still be tonight's characters instead of Sora. Maybe Sora won't be tonight's, but he'll be the next. He'll be DLC 4 of Season 2. Who knows? Well, I hope you all enjoy this video, and hopefully it comes out before the VJs happen in what is about 3 hours now. If you like this video and want to see me do more of these speculation videos, be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys later.